Hey guys, what's up? It's me again, back with another status update video. I think this might be the last video I post on this build for now, so I wanted to show you guys some bossing footage. So I was able to make a couple of big upgrades, most notably the Annihilating Light. This is a staff that I found. It triples your damage, and I basically just sacrificed all my gear to get res, and then this overall like doubled my damage, which was crazy. I also finally got a 6-link for my Crackling Lance. I got this just by farming the cage map, freaking the chains that bind or whatever. And then I was able to get my amulet sorted as well, use essences to craft cast speed, and then I was also able to put on these boots with the lab enchant that gives you added lightning damage. So that's been a huge help for a single target. And then finally I crafted myself a little jewel with Elemental 10. Probably could have gotten a jewel with like life and cast speed that could have been better, but I don't know, I just wanted to go the full glass cannon playstyle, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'd say the build's going pretty good. I'm still stuck at level 90, which I'm pretty sad about, but I mean the single target damage is starting to really ramp up. I was able to corrupt my Crackling Lance to 21 as well, so what you're seeing here is a level 21 Crackling Lance in a 6-link, and as you can see the damage is pretty good. I'm able to do a lot of damage to Sirus when I'm able to hit him. The obvious weakness of the build, of course, being you have to keep moving around, and then when you move around you lose freaking intensity, which is really annoying. But despite the fact that my damage is not up for a lot of the time, you can see that I'm still able to do quite a bit of damage to Sirus. And bear in mind, like, I only have one item right now. I have like a staff, and everything else is just like life and res to compensate for it, so yeah, I'd say the build's going pretty good. The single target is definitely something that I'm happy with. And then for clear, I've just been continuing to use Arc in a 5-link for now, which has been pretty decent for clearing. I don't even know if it's level 20, I think I still have a level 19 Arc. But yeah, as you can see, the build in its current state, it is a little bit squishy, but it's still definitely capable of taking down endgame bosses. So yeah, and then I have a couple more bosses that I want to showcase as well here. I think this is a 4 Elder Guardian Maven arena. Yeah, and like as you're about to see here, just look at the damage that I'm about to do to Eradicator. Like look at that, you see how much damage I'm doing? Like with this build, if you can stand still and hold down Crackling Lance and like throw out Wave of Conviction, you can actually output so much damage. But also, like as you can see in this clip here, like a lot of the times you're just so squishy that you can't really stay still. Like if I stood still right now, I would just be instantly dead. So you just kind of constantly have to move around and like manually dodge stuff and just pray that you don't die. And then when you get a bit of downtime, you can maybe throw out a couple of bolts here. I have considered maybe swapping to Unleash just to do bosses like this, or like boss arenas, because I feel like my uptime is so bad on my damage that if I had Unleash, maybe it would actually increase my overall damage output in the fight, like damage per time or whatever, because right now I feel like I just barely get to hit the enemies, which is kind of depressing. But that's still something that I need to look into. You would probably not need Unleash to do maps, but in situations like this, I could see how it would be useful. So that's an idea, but yeah, as you can see, survivability is just god-awful, but damage is pretty decent, and I was able to beat this fight on like 4 portals or something. So yeah, that's pretty much where the build is right now. I don't know if I'm going to invest any more into it. I think that I'm not really able to increase the damage any more than this, because this is already a 6-link with a 21 CL. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to increase the defenses as well. This is like a 40% physical mitigation build right now in the video with like 75% glancing block and, you know, a little bit of ES, 4K life. It's, you know, and like a little bit of a chill effect from Shaper of Winter. Definitely not great. If I were to increase my defenses, I'd definitely have to drop damage. And I don't really know if I'd be willing to do that, because I feel like if I had any less damage, I would just die anyway due to not being able to kill stuff. So yeah, I have mixed feelings about this build. I think it's still a great league starter. Like, I played this build for like 4 to 5 days in SSF, right? And you can see I was able to do basically most of the endgame content. I don't think I could do like Feared. I may or may not be able to do Breach Lords, I don't know. But yeah, like the build is decent, the damage is decent, the clear is decent for early game bossing, for low to mid tier bossing, and like general mapping. I'd say it's pretty good, but definitely don't expect it to clear like the Feared or like super uber endgame content. But yeah, that's been my status update for this build so far. Obviously, if you played Trade League or if you had like a really good weapon, you could probably get much better defenses than me. And also, I guess if you have a less glass cannon playstyle, you would also find the build to be more survivable if you did something like sacrifice either Wrath or Zealotry for Determination and then take Bastion of Elements on your Ascendancy or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, just some ideas that I wanted to throw out. But yeah, overall, I've definitely been pretty happy playing this build. I've always wanted to play Crackling Lance, and I'm glad I finally got a chance to do so. Although I do wish that self-cast was just buffed as an archetype. Like, I think increasing the damage of spells by 45% was just not enough, personally. I wish that they would really give self-casters a lot better ways to build defense. Like, I wish there was a way that I could just survive in maps. You know, like, I don't even care about my damage, I just want to survive, but it feels like it's just so hard to get defense on like an Elementalist, right? Like, maybe if you had Trade League gear or like specific golem jewels or golem items, maybe you could do it. But yeah. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this little series that I've put out. And yeah, don't know what my next build's gonna be yet, but yeah, see you next time.